Joshua Milton Blahyi, better known by his nom de guerre, General Butt Naked, is a Liberian evangelist preacher, writer, and former warlord, best known for his actions during the First Liberian Civil War. During the conflict, Blayhi led a group of soldiers which fought on the side of the anti-rebel group United Liberation Movement of Liberia for Democracy (ULIMO), before converting to Christianity and becoming a pastor in 1996.
Hi guys, welcome to Afriverse Historic. On today's episode, we dive into an interesting topic, the life of Joshua Milton Blahyi, aka General Butt Naked, the warlord who turned his life around, going from a vicious warlord to a pastor of the Christian faith. Do stay tuned and enjoy the ride.
Joshua Milton Blahyi was born on 30th September 1971 in Monrovia, Liberia. He was born into a Crown family, some of whom resided in Sino County, located in the south of the country. Among the Crown people, belief in child sacrifice and black magic was common. When he was 7 years old, his father granted parental control over him by several Crown elders, who arranged for Blayhi to be a warrior and initiated him as a high priest in 1982, when he was at the age of 11. As Blayhi noted in his memoirs, the role of the high priest included overseeing human sacrifices. Blayhi, like other Crown priests, would use visions to determine which individual would be sacrificed. After receiving the vision, Blayhi would give the victim's last name to the village elders, who would then lead a procession to the sacrificed victim's house, abducting and then sacrificing them atop an altar. After Blayhi stated an invocation, the victim would then be ritually dismembered. In 1980, Armed Forces of Liberia (AFL) Master Sergeant Samuel Doe staged a coup d'etat, overthrowing the then President William Tolbert. Blayhi claims that Doe employed him to perform black magic rituals to influence the 1985 Liberian elections, although Doe's victory relied more physically on destroying most of his opposition's ballots. Blayhi later explained his support for Doe as being based on the sense of tribal loyalty, because they were both members of the Crown ethnic group.
If you find this video worthwhile, please take out some time to smash a like and subscribe to the channel, as it goes a long way in supporting our efforts. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video.
In 1989, Charles Taylor, a rebel soldier of the National Patriotic Front of Liberia (NPFL), launched a rebellion against Doe, sparking the First Liberian Civil War. After Doe was murdered and his regime collapsed in 1990, the United Liberation Movement of Liberia for Democracy (ULIMO) was founded by Crown and Mandinka refugees and former AFL soldiers in 1991. Blayhi became a member of ULIMO and fought against NPFL and rival militias, which came to control most of Liberia amidst the conflict. During the conflict, Blayhi became a warlord, leading a unit of several dozen combatants, consisting primarily of child soldiers known as the naked-based commandos, which operated primarily around Monrovia area. The unit included Blayhi himself, frequently wore no clothes except for their shoes and magic charms, earning Blayhi the nom de guerre, General Butt Naked. Blayhi claimed that this practice made him and his soldiers immune to bullets. During the conflict, Blayhi's forces perpetrated numerous atrocities, including cannibalism and human sacrifice.
Blayhi later claimed that he had received a vision from the devil during the conflict. In this vision, he said the devil told him that he will become a powerful warrior. He only needs to practice human sacrifice and cannibalism to increase his power.
Recalling the atrocities he and his soldiers perpetrated against civilians during the conflict, Blayhi stated in an interview, "Sometimes I would enter under the river where children were playing. I would dive under the water, grab one, carry him under and break his neck. Sometimes I did cause accidents. Sometimes I did just slaughter them. Blayhi also made his soldiers consume psychedelic drugs in order to make them more alert and willing to follow Blayhi's orders. He would later recall that whenever the naked-based commandos captured a town, I had to make a human sacrifice. They bring me a living child, and I slaughter and take the heart out and eat it. The rival militias, including the naked-based commandos, frequently fought with each other over the control of Liberia's lucrative diamond mines and gold mines. And Blayhi traded gold and diamonds with Mexican cartels for weapons and cocaine. Blayhi preferred sacrificing babies as he thought they offered the greatest protection. Occasionally, his soldiers made bets whether a pregnant woman was carrying a male or female baby and then sliced open her stomach to see. There were times when they sacrificed 4 or 5 children a day, one each time he went out to fight. After laying them down on the sacrificial table, he would slice them open from the back and pull out their still beating hearts. On 6 April 1996, the MPFL launched an operation to arrest Livimo leader rebel Reservoir Johnson in Monrovia region, leading Blayhi and other militias affiliated to Johnson to resist the attempt by force of arms. The ensuing confrontation led to an intense firefight breaking out, which ultimately resulted in the forceful displacement of half of Monrovia's population. According to the Montabo of the New Yorker, during the firefight, a bystander reportedly seen Blayhi atop a truck, holding an assault rifle in one hand and a man's severed genitals in the other. In 1996, as the Civil War was drawing to a close, Blayhi claimed that as he saw the blood of a child on his hands, he received a vision from Jesus Christ, who asked Blayhi to stop being a slave. After receiving the vision, Blayhi eventually converted to Christianity and became an evangelic preacher, ministering to Liberian refugees in Ghana, along with former combatants who had served under him during the conflict. From 2006 onwards, Blayhi also made several visits to Monrovia slums in an effort to engage with and assist former child soldiers who were living there. In 2008, Blayhi became the first Liberian warlord to testify before the Liberian Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which was established by the legislature of Liberia after the conflicts to investigate reports of atrocities allegedly perpetrated during the First and Second Liberian Civil Wars. During his testimony, which was broadcast live on television in Liberia, Blayhi testified that he believed the number of murders committed by him and the naked-based commandos to be at least 20,000 in total. He was recommended for prosecutorial amnesty by the commission. In Liberia, his testimony elicited mixed responses. Among the Liberian general public, Blayhi was both publicly praised and criticized for his actions during the war. The testimony also led to Blayhi becoming front-page news among Liberian press outlets and several international journalists, including reporters from the Daily Mail and Vice Media, traveled to Liberia to conduct interviews with him. In 2007, Blayhi established Journey Against Violence, a non-governmental organization with the stated aim of helping former combatants as street children to reintegrate into society. Blayhi has publicly called for Liberia to establish a war crimes court in order to prosecute suspected war criminals, including himself. He has urged the former warlords, such as Liberian Senator Prince Johnson, should go on trial in order to account for their individual roles played and the actions of their respective troops, which committed atrocities and war crimes during the Liberian civil conflicts. In an appearance on a Liberian talk show, Blayhi stated that he lives in regret almost all the time, and not just because of the people he had made childless, but also because of the children he had deprived of their parents. During his career as an evangelic preacher, Blayhi attracted numerous benefactors from outside Liberia, including Blayhi, a Christian pastor based in West Village, New York City. He would later write the foreword to The Redemption of an African Warlord, an autobiography written in 2019 by Blayhi and published by Destiny Image Publishers. Described by Tabor as a small Christian press, Yanchich wrote in the book's foreword that not since the conversion of Saul of Tarsus on the road to Damascus have I ever heard such a conversion story more radically compelling.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. I would love to know your thoughts about the mysterious conversion of Joshua Milton Blahyi. Do you think it's real, or do you think it's a farce? Do you think he should be forgiven or persecuted fully for his crimes despite his claimed conversion? Please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification button to get more content like this about African history. It's been Nambi from Afriverse Historic. See you in the next one.